Well, we saw it after the Thanksgiving holiday, but it's likely occurring again with a possibility of some strong post-holiday travel impacts as we head into the second half of the weekend. Because of that, we do have an alert day out starting tomorrow afternoon, lasting all the way into Monday morning as a winter storm eventually makes its way into the area later tomorrow morning. Current weather alerts across the area. It's looking like a rainbow out there. This pink is along the I-90 I-90 corridor. Counties along that corridor into the north are sitting in a winter storm warning from noon tomorrow all the way into Monday morning. Those areas are likely going to see the heaviest snow accumulation and very strong winds. Purple counties, that's a winter weather advisory. Still going to see very similar impacts, but the snow amounts are just going to be a tad less. Still going to see those very strong winds though, and that's likely going to be the big factor in tomorrow's impacts. This orange out to our west is a blizzard warning. Right now we're seeing that stay hopefully to our west as those areas are looking to see wind gusts about 10 miles an hour stronger than we will back at home. There is still a chance that we could see that blizzard warning stretching a little bit further into southeastern Minnesota, but as for the Wisconsin sides, the eyes are looking a little bit low. Still very impactful weather nonetheless though as we go into tomorrow. So let's track it out. Our travel impacts starting likely late Sunday morning. We'll see some rain entering into the area as a low pressure system just skirts to our south across Iowa, starting as those light rain showers, but then once we get into the Sunday afternoon corridor, that's when we can see that switch over to snow, and then those flurries last all the way into early Monday morning. That short time period when we're switching from rain to snow, likely shortly after the noon hour, those couple of hours we could also see some flash freezing occurring on the roadways, especially over the bridges. So once we get after the noon hour, that's when the travel is going to start to get a little bit dicey and worse as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. It's also going to be quite breezy out there to start the day off, eventually getting windy, strong winds moving in once that snow moves in. So once the snow starts, expect wind gusts to be closer to around 40 miles per hour. Those winds continue all the way into Monday morning and start to lessen up slightly once that snow tapers off into Monday, but still going to be quite windy throughout the rest of the day. With that wind and temperatures dropping throughout the day Sunday, we're going to be seeing some bitter cold enter back into the area as well. By Sunday night, expect wind chills to be back into the teens and the single digits. And by the time we wake up Monday morning, we're likely going to be seeing our wind chills in the negatives, where they could stay for the entirety of the day. Here's what I'm thinking for snowfall totals across the entirety of the storm. So starting Sunday afternoon all the way into Monday morning, really most of us are going to see at least 3 to 4 inches, but most of us are also going to see much more than that. Areas along and north of the I-90 corridors where we're going to be seeing the most. We're expecting around 6 to 8 inches, if not more. The main uncertainty in this system is really where that top end of the snowfall totals are going to be. So still a lot of change with this coming up. There could be local amounts where we do see more than 8 inches, but that's going to be the big factor in making sure you're staying updated in the forecast, because we still could see that wiggle around a little bit more. So let's break it all down one more time with the most important information. Starting Sunday afternoon, we see that rain turn to snow between around 1 to 4 p.m. where we could see that flash freeze possible on the roadways. The winds also begin to gust after that snow moves in, likely nearing 40 miles per hour. Once we get into the evening hours, that's when we're going to see the heaviest snow rates and the lowest visibility. So if you absolutely have to be out on the roadways, this is not going to be the time that you're wanting to do it. Get out earlier in the morning before the snow hits, because the wind chills are also going to be falling below zero later Sunday. By Monday, the snow tapers off, likely in the very early morning hours, but even though the snow won't be falling, we're still going to be seeing those winds staying very strong through the rest of the afternoon, and the wind chills are going to stay below zero, so it's still going to be an impactful weather day going into Monday. The bottom line is we still have that high confidence that this is going to be an impactful snowfall with 4 to 8 inches possible, but there's still a lot of change coming up in the forecast, especially with what the highest end of those snow totals are going to be. Either way, whether you get 4 or 8 inches, we're going to see a wintry mixed weather day coming up for Sunday, and it's not going to be one where you're going to want to be spending outside.
Well, we've definitely got a nice little break from these wintry conditions, so
hard,
it'll be a shock, right? All right, thank you, Nicole.